Hey there, mates and femmates, this is I, Daizo, and I'm doing something a tiny bit different, I guess. So if you haven't seen my series on Princess Peach Showtime, I'd recommend watching it. Like, it's got like my general thoughts on it in the moment, but this is just me sort of reviewing what I've done so far, pretty much. So I'm 5 levels in, like 4 levels, 1 boss in, and yeah, I got stuff to talk about. So I'm going to talk about both the good and the bad in this, but I'm not going to be like siding with either one at the moment, because like it is like early game. So like the best part of this game, for me at least, is just the overall vibe that the game goes for. Like, if you're a theater kid and you're just like really into the acts and the wordplay and all that, you are going to really like this game. Like, this is like the #1 game you should get for yourself. And if you like easygoing games as well, that's just more power to ya. If you go for like any percent, it's actually like pretty fun, all things considered. Like, you get to see all the pretty visuals, you get to play with like a lot of different little mechanics, and you even get some like interesting boss fights, which I will say that for me, that's like the best part. The bosses, maybe the first one's slightly basic, but it's still got like cool spectacle to it. Whereas the boss fight with the cowboy guy, that guy's straight up my favorite so far. He's just like, he kind of reminds me of like the King K. Rool fight from DIC2, except like in 3D, and also like way easier. It's just like the way he shoots his gun and how that kind of adds up per hit. Like, I really like gunfights for that specific mechanic going on. Disco Wing is like the first like big fight, and you know what? That was a really fun fight too. Like the whole VVV effects to the whole aim for the bird to hit the Disco Wing. Yeah, that's very satisfying, especially when you have to jump over him like later on once you like get used to the platforms and it going upside down to try and crush you. It's just an overall like really nicely designed boss fight. As someone who makes bosses, yeah, it's definitely something to take note of. But, I mean, look, I've done a bit more complicated stuff than that, so, you know, it's really good is what I'm saying. Alright, time to address some of the elephants in the room, and we're not talking about like the Mario Wonder elephants, that's already happened. So, okay, I do really like the idea of the story. Like, trying to reclaim the theater is like a really good premise for this game, and it's like a good evolution of what Peach has sort of had to do in the past. I mean, yeah, she's fought Bowser, but I'm also talking about like her previous game, which was just basically like Mario's adventure, except, oh no, it's Mario kidnapped this time. No, it's like, it's more personalized for her specifically. A lot of the theater stuff, it is just funny to me, like, oh yeah, Princess Peach has the quest where she has to dress up and become all these actors, while Mario has to, like, beat up Bowser once. I guess it is kind of funny how... Oh yeah, like, Mario goes to space just to save her, but yeah... Look, these games don't take themselves too seriously, and this is, like, a more developed plot than most, like, Mario games. Even, like, Luigi's Mansion has, like, better plots than, like, Mario games. Mario Wonder and Mario Odyssey are kind of the exceptions to that rule, because of, like, who was directing those. Yeah, that's just kind of the thing that's going on. My big issue is, when you replay the levels, I kind of want to skip the cutscenes. Which, look, you've seen the title of the video, this is a ROM hacker's perspective on the whole thing, but I don't think you need to be like a ROM hacker to really share this opinion. When you replay levels, you cannot skip cutscenes. That's a big no-no. I'm kind of unique in the cutscene space of the ROM hacking shtick. It's not really a surprise people want to skip my stuff. It's like fair. I will provide the option most of the time. For here, the only ones you can skip is like the cinematics, like the ones that are clearly playing like a video, but the other thing is that you're supposed to press a button before you can skip it, and that's also weird to me. But yeah, definitely a real big annoyance when you're trying to get all the sparkle gems, which, that's another thing that I actually don't like that much, the sparkle gems. When you're going for 100% anyway, like, I'm sure they're fine, and the first big boss only needs 10, so you need to get like maybe 3 or 4 per stage play. So if you're going for 80%, like that's fine. Like you're not going to have that much of an annoyance with it. Oh, but if you're going for 100%, you're gonna not only have to sit through every cutscene once more, but you gotta also make sure to like not miss them. And here's the thing, like when you're going through the little stages the first time, it's pretty clear that you're gonna miss them. You're gonna miss at least one, and it's inevitable you have to play them twice, which, you know, as a Kirby fan, I have definitely dealt with that before, and I do have to shift my mindset when going to the future levels, because like, if you've seen episode 4, yeah, I got real annoyed with the cowboy level, and I had to sit through that opening, oh no, the bandits got the stuff again cutscene over and over and over, because I kept restarting. But the thing is, like, you should not use that restart button. You should just go through the level first, just to see what the heck, and then you can replay it. Like, that's, like, literally the best way to play this. Just expect to play every level twice. Just enjoy the laughs, just enjoy the scenery, and then you can go back and, you know, get annoyed. At least your first playthrough is gonna be, like, actually moderately tolerable. But yeah, the thing is that that's kind of like my 2 kind of complaints and my 2 like general praises. Let me try to think of like a third praise. Oh yeah, that's another thing that annoyed me. Oh no, this is just more of a rant, right? Let me think of something more positive first. Yeah, definitely the costumes are like really fun to play around with. Each level has its own like little gimmick and its own little play style, and just seeing like the animations on Peach is actually like kind of neat to me, to be honest. But also like the fact that like most enemies take only like 1 hit to die is it's easy. But like from what I heard, the same guys also made like Yoshi's Crafted Worlds, Kirby's Epic Yarn, and also Yoshi's Epic Yarn. Those games, I have Crafted World, but I haven't played it yet. I do want to, like, one day I will. I'll say my favorite costume is definitely like the Sword Fighter, but it's probably because that's like the most I played, which yes, I did play the rehearsal. If you watch the series, you'll see where I'm at. That's pretty much where I stopped at the moment, just to do this little recording kind of thing, my overall thoughts. Yeah, so that's my third positive. Like, the costumes are really neat. The cake decoration mechanic, I kinda want to try to perfect the one area, just for fun. Like, the thing is, when I'm thinking about that, that probably means that the game is fun enough to have me consider that, you know? Yeah, the game's frame rate kinda sucks. Like, the loading times especially, like, if the loading screens can't even have a consistent frame rate, it's like, this needs a bit more time in the oven. I'm just saying, funny because it's like there's an oven in this game. It's Princess Peach, but yeah, no, it's like it's kind of very unpolished in a sense, and it won't even just be like the actual frame rate. Some of the animations, especially when the threads from the stages like detach from itself, you'll notice that the actual animation is like 5 frames a second. It looks kind of jarring. Not gonna lie. I mean, it's either like the game struggling to like render that, or it is literally just 5 frames of animation. It's like, yeah, you know, you could have worked on that a little more. Look, the thing is like I don't really mind long loading screens. Actually, I'm pretty patient with those. Although when you have to do a whole level, like it gets a bit annoying pretty fast. But when you use the restart, at least it doesn't like go through that whole thing. At least it's not nearly as long as what I'm saying. So I wouldn't say the loading screens are something I'm bothered with, but I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of people who will. So yeah, just be advised. I'm gonna think of one more positive thing before I leave this off, because look, I do really like this game. It's just, it's kind of like my annoying cousin. Like, she's like 1 year younger than me, so we're pretty much like brother and sister, pretty much. And yeah, when you have an annoying sister, you love her, but you also can't stand her sometimes. That's kind of how I feel about this game. It's the annoying 1 year younger cousin that gets on your nerves sometimes. But look, the music's really nice. Like, I have been listening to like some of the tracks like off camera. It's like, I do really like the tunes on there, especially like the main little hub theme that's like when the place is like taken over by Madame Grape. It's just like, yeah, like that's a really groovy little tune. It's also like got that minor edge to it. It's really nice. I do like the marimbas, the pianos, all that. The boss theme is actually like the big boss theme. I mean, that's also like one of my favorites. Oh man, like I didn't really show it in my series, but the title screen theme, Chef's Kiss, that's really good. It's so nice. I might legitimately listen to that when I'm done with this game. I don't want to look it up right now because, you know, spoilers like everywhere. I kinda had to do the same thing with Wonder, but the thing is, I can't look at the Wonder soundtrack because I'll get spoiled by this game, so it's just like endless suffering and torture and everything, you know? So, anyway, that's like my overall thoughts on the game so far. I came up with 4 positives, 3 negatives, you know? But the thing is, I do have to shift my mindset when going into future levels, because yeah, definitely the biggest issue going in so far is the Sparkle Gym mechanic. I will say I was really happy not to face any of that during the Disco Wing boss. You know, that's, I gotta shift my mindset a little bit. The reprisal is really, it's challenging. It's shockingly challenging. You gotta, if you want to get perfect on that, you're gonna have to grind a little bit. Also learn that you can actually attack upwards. It's something I didn't pay attention to. Anyway, and that is my overall thoughts on Princess Peach Showtime. I would appreciate you guys watching the series, but I don't mind if you also just watch these, because like these are just like the summaries pretty much. But if you want like my overall reaction to each like part, like specifically, it's yeah, the series is right there. You can go look at it. It's there, it's available, and that's why I make these. Well, no, I make them for myself, really, but it's just an excuse to play these games finally, you know, kind of that sort of thing. Yeah, so I'm gonna do these, like, you know, doing the 4 stages from the boss, and then I'll do this again, that kind of thing. So, yeah, stay tuned for that, but I'm gonna sleep, and then I'm gonna continue playing the game. So, this is Daizo. It is never goodbye. It is always a see you later. Take care.